Hey everybody, it's ManlyBadassHero, and welcome back to Amnesia, a machine for pigs. Previously, after wandering a mansion, we made our way into a factory, and after avoiding what seemed to be maybe a pig thing, and refueling a truck just to move 2 inches, we arrived at the cathedral and graveyard. Well, graveyards are always fun. I mean, there's nothing to fear, everyone's dead. That's an interesting gravestone. Someone buried a pig. What the fuck? Well, these seem normal enough. We sat here. I remember. We sat in our black, and we mourned, and we prayed, and we bowed our heads. How I hated God then. How I spurned him. If this is our Lord, this pig who robs me of my wife, then I refute his embrace. I will carve a new God for us all. Such madness, such a fool I was. If such blasphemous ravings had remained within me, I would be doomed. But even here, I feel the machine throb beneath the flags, and I know my path awaits me. Always hearing random noises. Hearing things. These chairs just love getting in my way. Twin candles, bent to the will of the central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah and I thought could be trusted with the secret, but he is like all the others. So the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock. He says he will enter into our world with them if shepherd indeed. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the chair here. Was this door open before? Lead to the same place.
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future. We require a new deity, one of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lamed hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
Are we just gonna go and make pig puns throughout this game? Man, he ate like a pig. What am I hearing in the background with the music? Candle. I think that's an item I need. They flock to us now, where once I had to walk amongst them to bring salvation into their lives. Now drawn by warmth and winter, by the food that Mantis distributes, my church is full and my charges are saved. He walks amongst them, and they almost worship him. He will not allow them to work in his factories, claiming that his workforce are specially trained for the new machinery he uses, and that it would be irresponsible, nay, unethical, to risk such precious lives as he sees here. A changed man since Mexico. It is to be praised that in the face of such appalling tragedy, and from the confines of his sickbed, as he is often chained to, he conducts one of the greatest benevolent charities in all of London. Not content with the rise to become the dominant food produce business in the land, he distributes his goodwill, his fares, to the poor, and they congregate about his kingdom in gratitude. Ugh. These doors. Now, some kind of puzzle revolving this. I just gotta figure out what it was. They did mention something about 2 candles. Here they are. Now I'm missing one thing. Sacrifice the peaks to the peak gods. The engine fires. The flames are stoked. I hear steam in the walls, vibrations upon the very air. My heart falters at the prospect of throwing the lever and exposing the workings of this dark contraption. But my children beckoned me on, and I could not feel them. It appears I have no choice. Thus I descend, and may God have mercy upon my soul. If this is my Benlem, and I am to be east as Matthews, then I will wear that mantle for the sake of my boys, and face whatever horrors lie beneath the altar. We go deep. This factory ran out across the whole entire damn town. I've been shut in. No turning back now. What horrors will I find? Perhaps nothing. Holding
Listen,
pens.
Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
I think it's you hold the shell to your ear, son. I think eggs don't sound like the sea. What's going on? These final thoughts. What exhumanation is this? What rotten fruit? What bestitching of parts? I doubt I'll ever be found, yet I leave you this, scrawled in the malodorous half-light, whilst my tormentor shuffles below. My fellow prisoners keen and squeal in the gloam, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage that signifies it. Finally, my turn to make that dark journey onto the interior. Someone is here before me. He discovered whatever is stalking these halls. And he didn't like what he saw. This definitely seems like a type of area that you'd like kite something around. Hello? Anyone alive down here? Pig! That was one big pig. Clothes. My God. So like green as people. They're babies. All these cages. This candle's been here for a while. Light flickering. What's that noise I hear? Something's nearby. But where? Left or right? Left or right? Darkness. Left or right? It's just a pig. Is it a pig? What the fuck is that? I gotta get a closer look at. I gotta find out what I'm dealing with here. It looks like a man almost. Oh shit. What are you? Ow! Where'd it go? I can't turn my light on and it'll see me. But I can't move around anywhere if it's too dark. He's pissed. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's a pig! He's gonna turn me into bacon. Okay, he's buggered off. So what do? Make a army of pig people to run his factories? Or perhaps the pig people or the food? Or is he trying to take pigs into people? So it's a literal machine for pigs. Rats. I'm assuming the rats and potatoes are their meals. Oh, discovered the location of man-bear pig. Didn't seem like that pig was very aggressive, though. He did attack me, but I had to stare at him with the light on for quite some time. Pig mask. Fueling station. Time for another leisurely stroll through the streets of London. Meat processing factory.
Water in his shoes. Always the water, and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony! It's too damn bony!
Maybe they were trying to engineer the perfect pork chop. My soul shudders at what I have seen. But at last, I have reached the main part of the factory. Now onwards, downwards, to find those floodwaters and drain them away. Like muses, I will cleave the waters, and lift my little darlings clear of its final cradle. I got a bit of a draft here. Let's close these windows. Yeah, let's forget that. It's a little harder to do than it seems.
These men, Professor, these so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. These fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government. They make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
Oh, this is a map. Didn't realize that till now. Well, let's look here. Okay. So factories. I believe the one in the far back? No, it's not a house. Factories. Then we have this lower area. They're processing the pigs underground. Now they're grinding up the meat. More processing. Interesting. And more of those ruins. Runic symbols, really. Things nearby. Lights flickering. going mad. What the fuck? Peek! Oh shit, all the lights are flickering now. It went down, I'm assuming. So we will go up for right now, and we'll find out it went up.
Hear me, Mantis. I am compromised. Our contacts must be brief and occasional. Beware the wretches who populate this compound. The way you seek is under the pistons. When you meet the saboteur, you will understand everything.
Each compartment is ergonomically designed, with a freed trowel at one end, so the product naturally settles into position ready for the stunning arms to connect to the skull. We use a natural static charge built up by the friction of the carts against the belt to build an electrical charge, which is contained within the glass vacuum canisters at the size of the stunning arm mechanisms and delivered along the stun arms via copper cabling. We have observed that the artificial lighting contained within these canisters seems to calm the product further. Post-stunning, the line tilts sharply to the vertical, the physics of which tips the stunned product upwards to fall directly onto the hook of the bleeding line. This hook passes normally through the haunch or the thigh of the product, and from this point, we dispense with the belt and instead instigate a channeled flower, which creates a funnel, allowing blood and byproduct excretions to collect and run into the fluid collection tanks. So they built a super factory for harvesting pigs. Pig mask. Can't tell if it's a pig or if it's a machine. Both sound the same. Obviously intentional. So when we build these machines, I want them to sound like crazy monster pigs. That way if goofy kids or teenagers who smoke pot come down here, they'll be spooked off. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for your damn kids. Ah, shit. They must eat the flesh. It must be cooked first. Charcoal for the charcoal gods. Are your furnaces fueled? I suppose there are. I see. That should be enough fuel, I guess. We'll come back for this room. This one's fueled. Paper. October 18th, 1899. A series of collecting vents have been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of stunning and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine, and productivity is actually increased. A simple stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefits of self-regulatory automation. I think they're fuel. No. So we're missing some. Okay. That one's got fuel in it, this one doesn't. That's one coal. Do they need more than one, or...? Lily arms are made of steel, Lily arms are silent. The pistons are silent. The plant is at rest. I must poke the hornet's nest to open my way, I fear. The scales of these engines suggest a far greater works than is visible from the surface. So my friend must be correct, and the larger part of this plant is underground. We are close to the fames. No wonder flooding such a risk. You know, while I'm lighting these fires up, I've been thinking about this game a bit. That's lit up. I'll get some extra coal in there in case it needs more than one. So see, we know... We know the pigs are, you know, like a real damn thing here. They're not just like a... For you guys, any moment now. They're not just a... metaphorical pig. The fires are stoked, assuming the same architect is responsible here as with the chemical plant. I surmise that a centralized control system regulates and operates the pistons. It should be a simple matter of finding it and hoping the saboteur relented after seemingly extinguishing the fires. See, I think I'm the saboteur. I think... Like, obviously this whole plan is mine. Since he wasn't just content with being a butcher. Pig mask! Like I said, he created these pig people. They could be human beings at some point, or they could be dead people who get turned into human pig people or something. He obviously uses the pigs to murder people aside from working the place. And in that one letter I thought about, when he said, meet the Ripper's descendants, like Jack. I guess Jack the Ripper was a pig all along. Pilot one that got loose. Fire up! We have power, ladies and gentlemen! The pig mask is gone! What the fuck? Pig! Problem is, you can't see these pigs very well without your light on. But if you put your light on, the pig's gonna see you. He may be gone. You can't really tell with all this loud noise. Pig? Pig? No matter. Oh man. So anyway, I think his kids are dead because he brought up reviving people. Part of the reviving process could be making people into pigs, or perhaps the machine that maybe caused these events, said things wrong, was some kind of Frankenstein's monster machine or something. Maybe it overloaded. That's the machine you see at the beginning of the game. And it screwed the place up, released the pigs, maybe? That's what I'm thinking. Doesn't explain why he wouldn't remember. Unless I am not the owner of this place, I'm simply a man who's confused. Or the game purposely makes it seem like you're mixing up two different people. Oh shit. The pigs must feed. They will find you and feast on your flesh. They will gorge. They will crunch your bone beneath their feet. And then they will chew and gnaw and gnash. I'm standing in the line anyway. He's gonna see me whether I have the light on or not. Pig! Christ, it's so dark. Where am I going anyway? Over here. Well, the pig came in this corner, I'd be screwed. You know, I'm actually getting a bit of a Oddworld vibe from this place, actually. Factories. Possible consumption of people. Sure hope there's no documents of them in the dark. Because I just miss them if they do. The pigs are definitely not as aggressive as, say, our old Amnesia friends, so... Those guys would hunt you down to the end of the earth. Pigs... They were clearly running this place, aside from being eaten, it seems. Maybe they weren't, I don't know. Maybe the place was self-automated. I see the pig right there. Oh, isn't he horrifying? I don't know if I have to be in the light directly at him for him to see it. Either way, we're out of here, so let's go. The descent continues. What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and onto the bilge pumps. And if the doors should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust him, but my path is set. I shall ignore those noises, that snuffling, those shuffling steps below me. I will brave whatever lurks beneath, and I will save them. But I think his kids are dead. I honestly think that. There was also some other stories in the beginning, like the children playing out in the yard and hearing a pig or something. That's clearly a pig that escaped. That's why the father was so upset. They could have been killed by pig? Perhaps the father somehow got them killed? I don't know. Hello? We're still in this area, I guess. April 30th, 1899. The crate arrived this morning, and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase a torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is recipient of some barbarous surgery, or was born deformed. An attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is, I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him, and suspect my great-uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the processes of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great-uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subjects of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chatels. Loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. I don't remember if the orb was an object in the original Amnesia, but I feel like that's a nod to it. Perhaps he found one of the old grunts from there, inspired him to do his thing with the pigs. Where am I going? I thought I heard a pig for a sec there, but I guess not. Even if you had all the money to build this stuff, Jesus Christ. Lights flickering. Locked. Chemical transportation. Danger, highly corrosive. I may need that. Children? Transport me. I have a highly corrosive personality. Would someone actually really, like, trust where this is going? I mean, it could just be dumping him in somewhere that would just kill him. I think we're about to find out about that. Oh shit, why am I always right? Next time, I should say something like, "This was a great idea. I bet this is gonna take us to the cupcake land where there'll be nothing but cupcakes for us to feast upon, and everything will work out alright. And my wife and kids will be there." Next time. Ah, you asshole.
Quickly, Mandus, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
I'm wondering if that's an actual person or if it's not like a recording of myself. Sabotage. Bruised and battered, but alive. I have survived the Saboteurs' best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, and I'm driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bilge, drain the flood, free your children. Come, Mandus. Dance. Dance to my tune. Frog. There's clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, but after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Or those teeth. In order to facilitate assimilation of the tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells would not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration, or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part organ monad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Seems like a place that gets screwed over. The ruins again. Cup of each air. A centrifuge. It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of 2 composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. Low temperature storage. Holding pens? That seems fun. Let's go here first. Oh boy, I wonder if they have puppies in those holding pens. The hopes and dreams of man. Come on, you damn chair. I need to change it. Right about that. There we go. That's how I should have it. So in case I have to. I'm a chair. He didn't see me. Where'd you go, pig? Perhaps the pig was never real. Perhaps I am just imagining pigs. Finally, I found a use for you. Locked. Aw, you assholes. Huh. That doesn't work at all. Somewhere works. It's like better than nothing. Give me a chair. Pig? What the fuck? Personal belongings. Clothes. Objects. Teddy bear. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I have ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas. I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is the reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them. My children. I whisper to their dreams, "You are my children now." I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again. Yep, we're definitely turning people into pigs. Felt a chair like this becomes a weapon.
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
No more pig jokes. Wait, that door. Wait, what? That's gonna save my life later, I bet. Just leaving it there, right there. It's gonna save my life. Pig? Pig? Like almost like mole people in the distance. They're my children, why are they attacking me? Can't tell that's the pig back there.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of him. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You can dump him in the river for all I care.
This is a strange place. Flamed it is. Burning it does. Bleeding from each hole, fore and aft. Leaking down my legs. Blood and excrement. My lungs are in my vomit. I blast clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that, because of the changes. They ripple enter me, my teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can. Push them back into my grey gums. My fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not us all can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shed so much blood and still live? Pig? Oh! And so ends Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, Part 2. We've managed to go through more of the factory, and the game actually reveals quite a bit early on. Even a lot of the documents in the mansions, once you have a good idea of what's happening, you get a good idea, just in general, of what's happening, once you kind of start linking the puzzle pieces, once you see the factories and stuff. And if you notice that the factories were empty, they just had like fake offices, which implied that you didn't have many, probably not many human workers here at all. Maybe just a few to handle the pigifying process, but everything else was exclusively handled by pigs for the most part. And maybe some sacrificial workers, maybe. Their big point was he was using the church to smuggle the poor, so I imagine the church would bring in the poor, and then he would store them away to either be workers or be pigs. And in the end, the minister, priest, or whatever started blabbermouthing, so he joined his flock as their shepherd. Anyway, thank you all for watching me play Amnesia, and stay tuned for part 3.